First thing on the agenda is the minutes from the July 24th meeting. Is there
So
a
moved.
motion approved?
Second.
Feeney, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's go slightly off calendar here and skip all the way to item number 17. The public defender is here, and as much as I'm sure you want to stay for the whole thing, we can get you out quickly, hopefully.
I was hoping we'd do 16 first.
All right, item number 17, authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services regarding the Upstate Quality Improvement and Caseload Reduction Program.
This is the second application. The first one was in 2013. It's $100,000 a year for 3 years. It is for quality improvement in terms of our representation of indigent defendants in Albany County and caseload reduction. It was utilized in 2013 to provide a position of a DWI specialist. The DWI, it's not feasible to have one person specialize in that. We've specialized across the board in DWIs. And so the new application, after discussions with the Conflict Defender's Office, will be probably for a different position that will enable both the Public Defender's Office, the Conflict Defender's Office, to best utilize those funds. This is no cost to the county. It's part of it's one piece of the state's takeover of the cost of indigent legal services by reimbursement. And I'd ask for the committee's approval and endorsement to the full legislature.
Just a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
Is the first appearance policy part of this grant, or is that a separate one?
This is different.
Okay, understood. Why was the DWI attorney not feasible? It seems like there's a heck of a lot of those cases.
There's a DWI part of city court.
Right.
But DWIs are in county court and in every local court, so one person, which is how that read, it's just not feasible.
Oh, so you had the one person running between multiple courts
Right, it just
constantly.
couldn't be done.
Understood.
And $100,000 is basically the cost of a mid-level attorney with the fringe.
Right, okay. And this is, what, the second 3-year renewal?
Second 3-year renewal.
Okay, understood. Any questions from the committee? All right, is there a
So
motion?
moved.
Signachi, a second. Mr. Mayo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, back to our regularly scheduled agenda. Item number 1, Reso 127. This is Mr. Higgins, who is not here, so we'll table that for the sponsor. Local law number K for 2016, also Mr. Higgins, also tabled for the sponsor. Item number 3, Reso 411, and that goes with local law number O, which is Mr. Drake. Are we tabling that also? All right. Number 4, Reso 408 and local law Q, that's mine, I will table both of those. And the same goes for Reso 409, local law number R, tabled for the sponsor. That jumps us ahead to item number 9, local law V. This is Mr. Kraus.
He's not here. He called me earlier today and said that I believe he's meeting with you this week.
Yeah, we're having a scheduling challenge.
Yes, just to make it clear on the camera, we should have grouped items number 9 and 10 together. These are redistricting local laws that Mr. Kraus and Ms. Cunningham are working on together, and you want to tell us that again? You guys are meeting?
Yeah, we're trying to get a date for later this week. He was away last week, and he just had some scheduling challenges.
He called me from Disney World.
That's
Okay.
some dedication. Okay, so we're okay tabling 9 and 10 per the sponsors? All right. Item number 11, local law X, a local law to bestow any and all county level privileges to veterans who are discharged from the military for their lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender status under the federal Don't Ask, Don't Tell law. Mr. Joyce?
I'm here.
There you are. So we had a public hearing, there were
Yes.
favorable comments?
Favorable comments. Another comment that we had was protections and charting out a process for individuals that are affected in the same way through their PTSD diagnosis. I spoke with the woman that came in and made those comments, and I got some information from her. What we're going to do is structure something within the next couple of weeks that resembles local law X and set a policy for those individuals as well. So you know, these individuals that come in that were discharged under don't ask, don't tell, or don't ask, don't tell policies, of policy in place for those individuals, give the Veteran Services Bureau all the information that they need to assist those individuals, and something separate but similar for individuals that were discharged with PTSD diagnosis, their experiences or time overseas or time in contact. Good comments.
Excellent. All right, well, this is a great local law. I'm very happy to join you on it.
I appreciate your help. Thank you.
All right, any questions from the committee? I think we're ready to move this. Is there a motion to move?
Motion move with favorable recommendation.
All right, excellent. Second, Mr. Karachi, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, unanimous. Congratulations.
Thank you, folks. Proud to work with you.
All right, items number 12 and 13 are two rules amendment proposals. I believe we're still waiting for the county attorney to weigh in on this. So are we good
Yes.
tabling these?
Who's the sponsor?
Mr. Dawson is number 12, Mr. Signorachi is number 13.
Mr. Dawson's not here, so his will be tabled. Anyway, Mr. Signorachi, I believe you're gonna table yours as
Correct.
well, until we get the opinion.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Item number 14, Reso 296, setting the policy of Albany County regarding background checks of employees. Mr. Ward?
He's right
Mr.
there.
Chairman, how are you?
What we would like is some legislators to weigh in on it. There's been some recent amendments to it, and we'd like to give it a month for the committee and other legislators to weigh in, so because it would table it for a month.
All right, excellent. Any questions for the chairman right now on this?
Any questions now?
All right, so we'll table that for the sponsor and have a full discussion next month. All right, excellent. And finally, item number 15, local law P for 2016. This is Ms. Lakakis and I. This was sent back to committee at our full meeting last month. Want to see if the committee had any questions now, or if you want to take a month and kind of come back next month for a fuller discussion. Any questions then? I think that would make sense. Mr. Mayo.
Brian, I just had a question. I don't like passing laws that aren't enforceable. Are there any enforcement provisions in this?
I think this would be enforceable per the human rights law, like any case of discrimination as is brought before the human rights law. So that the committee has a fair amount of leeway to go forward on that, and also kind of acts in a similar way as the state to kind of bless the complainant to go forward with an actual lawsuit under the human rights law.
So someone applying for a job would have to go to the Human Rights Commission?
Yes.
Not to the county?
Right. Well, the County Human Rights Commission, yes. The County Human Rights Commission,
County, okay.
right.
All right. Thanks.
All right, so why don't we table that for this month, and if there's any other questions folks have, please feel free to contact me or Ms. Lakakis in the meantime, or we'll have a discussion about it next month. Sound like a plan? All right, and the last item, item number 16, local law G. Local law of the County of Albany amending the Albany County Charter to implement an anti-nepotism policy. This is Ms. Moriello.
Yes, we'll have to table it for this month because we have to submit legislation requesting a public hearing. But with that said, I just wanted to discuss it briefly so everyone understands a little bit about the law itself. What we're doing, we're addressing nepotism in this legislation, is what we're doing in Mr. Mayo's legislation that we voted on a couple of months ago. He also had a provision in there to restrict county legislators who have left office from being appointed to positions. We didn't put that into this legislation because we felt we wanted to just deal strictly with nepotism, so that is not in here. Another thing that differed from Mr. Mayo's legislation is we defined what a family member is, and we defined who the elected officials are in here as well. And the third thing is, and I'll read this because it's written well as it says here, pursuant to sections 22, 23, and 33 of the Municipal Home Rule Law, this local law, which curtails the powers of Albany County elected officers and amends the Albany County Charter, shall be subject to a mandatory referendum. So therefore, if it's diminishing our powers as elected officials, it has to go before the voters. So we felt that if the voters felt that nepotism was an issue, they vote it down. If they do feel it is an issue, they pass it. So, with that said, we, are open to dialogue from any members of the committee, any other county legislators. We'd like to get everyone's input, since we have to table this for a month anyway until we submit the legislation to call for public hearing. Our door is open, and we more than welcome anyone to contact us and give us any of their thoughts or their opinions.
Let me ask you one question. I won't put you on the spot if you want to get back to this next month, but in terms of your draft, what does that do beyond or in addition to what I affectionately call the Horsemeyer Law, which was Ryan Horsemeyer's ethics law, which passed, I don't even know how long ago at this point, like 4 or 5 years ago.
I'm
but-
not as familiar with that, but I'll look into that, I'll give you an answer.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the things that we're concerned about are actually covered in that, and if there needs to be, room to go
Okay,
beyond that, I think that's a good discussion to have.
We'll have
Let's
an answer.
figure out what's covered, and maybe if we're talking about improving that, let's go forward that way.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
All right, excellent. Thanks. Any other questions from the committee?
Could I just ask for a clarification of your question? Are you saying the Horsemeyer proposal which was put in, or the ethics law that was passed?
The Horsemeyer ethics law that was passed.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayo?
Just a couple, Mr. Morial. What is the definition of domestic partner?
Domestic partner would be someone that's living with you in your home. You're not married, but they're cohabitating with you.
Okay, but I'm not a lawyer. That's not recognized in the New York law, right?
Yeah.
I think there is a definition in the state law, so I would probably take a look at that. If you want to borrow that, that would make the most sense in the text.
I did write something up last night. It's an amendment to my other nepotism law, so I'll give you and Pat a copy of it. And the problem I have with the publishing is it doesn't address elected officials at all, which was the thrust of what I wanted to do. So, we can work something out possibly. And they also said that it has to go out to a referendum. But my initial nepotism resolution went to the county attorney, and that was never mentioned, so I don't know if that's factually true or
Well,
not.
if I've got that right, your original legislation started as a reso and was converted to a local law, and I believe theirs is a charter amendment from the beginning. So
Right.
I think it's the question of whether a charter amendment has to go to the voters or not, which when I did adding the Crime Victim Center, that did not have to go. I think the argument is because it's a depletion of our powers, it does have to go.
Correct.
And a local law would never have to go. So I think it's the form it's in that's kind of determinative on that.
Okay, and I know that I would want to know what the cost would be before I voted in favor of it, just if it did go out to a vote for the public.
Make sense? Okay.
That's all.
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions?
But this would be a referendum for 2018, not 2017.
I think we're probably already too late for 17 at this point.
We're too late for this year, Frank.
We could do a special referendum, but I don't think anybody contemplated a special
That
referendum.
would probably require a budget statement.
That would be paying all the poll, oh, that'd be a fortune.
Right.
I was thinking even to print on the back of a ballot, I know we have a printing and everything, but
Right.
it's still gonna be a cost.
Well,
Fair. Okay.
I don't know if it would be a cost to us, it would be a cost to the localities, because the localities are the ones that pay for the elections, not the county, because the county back bills,
Chargeback,
charge back.
as you well know.
That's true. Okay, any other questions for Ms. Morial? All right, so we'll table that for the sponsor, and that's about it. Is there a motion to adjourn? Second, all in favor? All right, thanks, everybody.
I'm